Today we're diving into a multi-effects unit that's small, portable, and surprisingly powerful. We're looking at the Mooer Prime M2. What a glorious time to be a musician, especially if you're a guitarist. There's so many really amazing products coming out. I can't keep up. Many of you have asked me, actually begged me to check out this little unit because it's quite enticing with so many cool features at a very inexpensive price point. So like a good boy, I listened, I went out and I got one. And here we are today, ready to check it out together. And let me tell you, this is not a toy. The Prime M2 looks really sleek. To me, almost futuristic, with its modern paint job, tech looks, very unique round LED touchscreen, dual foot switches here that are kind of like dark chrome. It also has an illuminated power button right in the center of it, and it has a little hidden strip light that acts as an indicator, changes color, pulses with different things depending on what you're doing. This pocket-sized pedal might actually make you forget it's actually a very capable multi-effects unit, because it doesn't look like one. Honestly, it looks like a regular sized pedal, but it's much more than that. You can take this thing and easily throw it in your gig bag, and it makes the perfect travel companion or backup rig for that matter. Now, especially if you're like me and you're tired of lugging around cumbersome pedal boards, this one is a really nice, easy solution. Okay, so what's the real deal with this thing? Well, the M2 isn't just a multi-effects unit. It's a lot more than that. It's also a practice tool. You can plug in your headphones in here and just listen to all the sounds and play along silently. It's an audio interface. You can plug it into your computer, do recording with it. It's an amp modeler, looper, drum machine in one convenient package. So it's built around Mooer's Prime app ecosystem. You're editing your patches or you're loading sounds through your phone through Bluetooth. So you get over 50 amp models, 200 effects to play with. I mean, I wish I had 200 effects when I was a kid. I would have killed for that, especially at this price point. The Bluetooth connectivity built into this thing lets you stream your backing tracks so you can listen to your backing tracks and practice along with them. You can edit your tones wirelessly from your mobile device, so you don't have to get up. You can actually just do it from your phone. That's pretty cool. It also makes sharing sound files super easy, which is huge if you want to trade sound files or expand your own collection of realistic models. I really like hearing sound files that other people have put together, and I enjoy sharing them as well. So for me, that's very enticing. Plus, you can use it as an audio interface to record directly into your computer. So you don't have to go out and buy expensive gear. You can do it all through here. That's a big win for anyone that is into home recording on a tight budget. When you download the Prime app for the first time on your phone, make sure not to forget to register yourself and create a Mooer account. Why? Because as a registered user, you get access to the Prime M2 cloud patches. And these aren't just generic presets. We're talking about pretty cool tones inspired by very legendary amps, I gotta say. They did put together a really nice selection of amps. At least for me, these are amps that I've been interested in for a long time. So I saw amps like the Third Power kitchen sink amp there, the Sir Ombre, which is a very cool amp. Of course, there's the Marshall JTM 45, one of my favorites. What a nice selection they put together for you. So I was basically like a kid in a candy store with these. I just wish there were more empty slots than just 10 because I wanted to download all of them and try them all out. Now, once logged in, you can also share your own patches with the community, as I mentioned earlier. I enjoy doing that. It's like having a library of world-class amp tones at your fingertips, so you're never gonna get bored. If you get tired of the patches, just download a new one and play with that. So I tested the Prime M2 with a few of my favorite guitars. I went through some of the sounds. Let's run down a few together and I'll let you hear them for yourself so you can be the judge. You can see that everything is clearly displayed on the screen of your phone, and it's divided into a couple of different categories here at the top. We have effect, we have library, and we have mixer. So effects is basically all of your patches that you can scroll through. Your library is all the different categories depending on what you like to play. Here you can select different categories. And then there's also bass sounds as well. So if you're a bassist, they didn't leave you out. There's plenty of cool bass tones here to enjoy as well. And then there's a mixer, and the mixer will allow you to change all of the sound settings. You even have some vocal effects that you can apply if you're playing through the unit. Bluetooth, USB, and instruments, so you can adjust these as you need. So let's jump back into the effects here and listen to the modern high gain sound that we have engaged here. See what that sounds like. That's a really nice modern high gain sound, if I ever heard one. And here we're basically playing through an EV 5050 DS. I believe it's some type of maybe Eddie Van Halen cab. I'm not really sure. They use ambiguous names on purpose. You can see here there's a 4x12 cabinet. We have a Dynablock Engage, which is a noise killer, which is basically a noise gate. If it's on, if it's in color. If it's off, it's grayed out. If I turn it off, you can hear how much more noise is engaged there, so you can see it's working quite well. There's also a plate reverb here, and I could actually increase the decay and the level just a little bit so you can hear it just a little bit better. Let's hear how that sounds like. So you can hear that plate die out in the background, which is quite cool. If we wanted to add something else here, we could. So let's say we wanted to add some kind of modulation effect, maybe a flange or a phaser. We can just select it and add it in, and then we can hear what that sounds like. So you can play around with the rate, with the level and the depth, all those good things. Vibra Clean, hopefully that is a little bit more clean. Let's hear that one. So here you can definitely hear that there's a vibrato engaged here. Not my favorite setting, but I just wanted to make you hear that. We can do analog chorus instead. Hear what that sounds like. So the rate can be adjusted either faster or slower. Or we can bring it right down there, and we can also adjust the tone and the mix as well as the depth. It's a nice sound. I like it. Very usable. Let's go to another sound real quick here. I want to try and get in as many as I can. Let's try Pumpkins. This one obviously is a bit more high gain. We have a 65 US twin and a 2x12 cab. We have a muffy, which is basically a big muff. So let's hear how that sounds. Probably pretty aggressive. You can hear the sputtering of that fuzz pedal as it goes. Interesting sound. Let's move on to another one here. Let's try Come As, which I believe is a... Sounds pretty close. You can adjust the sounds a little bit better on the amp maybe to make it sound a little bit better. but this is using US 59 bass, which is probably a Bassman. Okay, let's go to the next one. How about we do this one? It's called Hollowed. So it's a clean sound, but it has a pretty aggressive tremolo on that. If we turn the tremolo off, we can just turn it off completely and hear what it sounds like without it. Pretty nice, a nice long reverb. They were using a hall reverb effect for that particular sound, which sounds nice. So let's go into 80s solo. Yeah, now we're getting more into my neck of the woods here. I like it. It definitely sounds 80s to me. Just curious if you want to know what they're using. They're using a Mark V, which is a Mesa Boogie, and the equivalent Mesa Boogie Mark 1x12 cab with a 808 drive pedal in front of it. So you can probably get heavier if you want to. You have different choices here for overdrives. Full drive, you have the BB, I guess is the BB preamp. You have the Black Rat, which is basically probably a rat pedal. So as you can see, there's quite a few sounds at your disposal. Along with that, you do have some drum sounds. I'll actually play a couple of drums for you so you can hear how they sound. This is a funk pattern. And you can tap the screen to adjust the tempo. Now, you can hear that. All right, let's say we change it to another type of sound here, like a blues. We want to definitely play it a little bit faster than that. That's some blues. We'll go back, we'll play different type of, sounds more like a bossa nova or something like that. Standard straight ahead blues, rock. So you have quite a few different patches to play with here. Go into the looper function here, and you have the controls on your phone, but you also have them on the pedal. You can just name your recording here. You can save them in different files so you can recall them, and you can control them all from here as well as on the foot switch. So it's a very, very versatile little unit. So I hope you enjoyed those sound samples. Now it's time to talk pros and cons. What I love about the M2 is its size, obviously. You can't beat a small sized pedal as opposed to a large multi-effects unit. It's just more versatile, more flexible. You don't have to be a sound engineer. You don't have to read a 60-page manual. It's very straightforward and easy. Now, this unit is perfect for silent practicing at home or recording ideas on the fly. I love that because I love experimenting with sounds, and sometimes it gets late and I can do it all through my headphones right through here. If I'm traveling, I can just take this and do the same. Now, I love the free sound files available as downloads. So many nice sounds available, so many great choices. Like I mentioned, fun for hours. Now, on the flip side, The lack of physical controls on this unit might be a turnoff for some traditional players that like the knobs. Since everything is app driven, you do have to have a phone with you if you plan on making any edits. But once you have your sound set, you don't really need your phone because you can still do it all through here in terms of calling up the patches. And while the plastic enclosure seems fine, I'm sure it will be fine, but I couldn't help but feel like a metal enclosure would have been just a little bit better, a better choice. So there's that. Now, I like the fact that the unit does have an internal rechargeable battery. I'm running this thing off the battery right now, no wires, you just charge it up and go. Super portable solution for practice, for recording, or even as a backup rig. This thing, if you ask me, is a no-brainer. Are you ready to make the switch to a mobile phone hybrid solution like this? Or are you just not ready for that leap? Maybe you're just a traditionalist. Let me know down in the comments. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. There's lots more coming up. In the meantime, stay addicted to your gear. See you soon.